Today's topic of discussion is that the fitness industry confuses you on purpose. And what I mean by this is that all the content that you consume, well, it all contradicts each other. And this basically creates this long loop where you think one thing, then you think another thing. So let me use a few examples for you. When seed oils first started being used, they were promoted as massively healthy. They had loads of health benefits. And now, the message that is now passed across is that seed oils are awful for you. I mean, I try and avoid seed oils due to some of this information. You know, there's massive talks that through I believe the omega-6 that it has, it causes massive inflammation in the body, and obviously this is not a good thing. And it basically causes this loop which keeps you interested, changes your opinions. They contradict each other. It gives you a side to pick, basically. It's like anything in life, politics, sports teams, all of these things, they give you an option to pick. And without an option, without controversy, there's less money. There's less opportunities for people to, post on social media, make money from it. I think a lot of it probably is money derived, and that's a little bit disappointing. And I think that the message that is getting sent across of all topics in the fitness industry, it confuses a lot of people. And they, like I said, they do it on purpose. That's the title of this video. They do it on purpose. And it's really damaging, I think, the youth. Not just the youth though. When I think about it now, it's absolutely everybody. Even the older people, there's people who are getting older, who want to stay in shape, and they're actually doing exercise that is damaging their body. So lots of strength training for someone who's a bit older can cause injuries, put them out for months, which will then never allow them to reach that level that they were before again. If you're in your late 50s, the truth is, if you pick up a big injury and you're out for 6 months or so, you'll never get back to where you were before because of the muscular atrophy that you're going to go through, the muscle that you will basically lose from not using it. You just won't ever get back to that stage unless you're taking testosterone, because your body naturally produces less testosterone as you get older. So when I was younger and I was, consuming a lot of content, I think I remember reading about how it stunts your growth, but I've been lifting weights since I was 13 years old, and I'm the tallest member of my family ever, from as far back as we know. And so I'm 6'3", and no member of my family is above 6 foot, apart from me. And it goes to show that information just isn't correct. I was lifting as heavy as I could when I was younger for maximum muscular hypertrophy, and I was not damaged by it. So this idea that, I was confused as a kid, but luckily I just sent it anyway, and it worked out well for me. But the problem that I have is that the information that is getting spread is so vast and different all the time. I mean, you could find a video on the internet that tells you not to eat everything. As in, there'll be a video for every ingredient and every piece of food on the planet giving you a reason not to eat it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't eat it. And it's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I know I do somewhat contribute to that by giving my opinion, but I do contribute by giving my opinion, so kind of contradicting this video, but I give my own honest opinion. I try and be very honest. I do try and be very honest with that. Yes, I'm learning at the same time. I'm going to change my routine. My routine's not set for the rest of my life. I'm at a very good spot now, and that's why I can help other people gain a physique like mine. But for me to progress, to stay healthy, and to live a long, healthy life is the goal. So my routine will change, my diet will change, and with that I will update everyone. So the way I view the media in the fitness industry, it is quite unhealthy. It is quite unhealthy for the viewers watching. the change, the constant differences, the constant contradictions all the time can be very damaging for everyone. Like I've said, with my story, I've told you a little bit how I lifted weights as a young kid and I wasn't damaged. Listening to food about dieting, I ended up fasting, following a video about fasting, and I ended up getting injured because I was ignorant in my fast. I didn't know the ins and outs, and this is the problem. You don't know all the factors. I was fasting and I trained again the next day. And because I had no protein and I had no replenishment and recovery the night before, the muscles hadn't recovered. So for that reason, I then picked up the injury. And if I knew before, then I wouldn't have trained. Obviously there's benefits to a fast, I know that. But there's also, negatives for when you're training. So I didn't know all the ins and outs, and that is the problem that you have. With everything, there is pros and there is cons. Like, the best example I can think of always is ab exercises. Ab exercises are extremely good for improving, if you're doing the little, they're really good for you, but they massively tighten your hips up. So you need to be stretching your hips at the same time. And if that message isn't passed on, and I know I'm a culprit of this as well, but if the message isn't passed on, then people will damage their hips, they can get injured. And all these things together, and the information across social media, it is there to keep you stimulated at all times, basically, to keep you wondering of what is the correct answer. That sort of keeps you linked into the media all the time, because if you knew the correct answer, you wouldn't need to consume any more fitness, like health and nutrition content. Maybe, obviously you'd still consume entertainment content, but in terms of educational content, there'd be absolutely no need. If everyone knew the truth, then there'd be no need, but the truth changes. Studies come out, they change what is the correct thing to do. And it's dangerous. So you have to be very careful of the type of media you consume, what creators you follow. If the creators you follow are doing steroids, the worst ones are the ones I think doing steroids, everyone has their own opinion. I don't think it's healthy at all, and I would never recommend it to anyone. But the problem is you have influencers who don't say they're unnatural. They claim that they're still natural and that their physique is attainable and achievable without steroids. And this causes massive dysmorphia, body dysmorphia in people. So it's damaging the mental and the physical side of people, which is not great for the world at all. But then you'll have the people who, for example, Jack's Fitness. He's very skinny, he's been lifting for a number of years now and hasn't put on any weight. This is also a negative because people may then think that it's not achievable to gain these physiques, but I don't think he's doing the best. I don't think he's doing the most optimal plan that he could to gain muscle, to become healthy. And this is where there's a balance. With anything in life, there's a yin and there's a yang. So with one side of the coin, there's another side of the coin, and it needs to balance out. So when you have one opinion, there'll be the opposite opinion. And this is where people get confused. And if you feel like you need a program, then this is something that I offer. I've been training for a long, long time, and I've been eating plenty of different foods across the world. And I've created a program for people that is completely free for them to come into my community, use the program, and track their progress. And if this is something you're interested in, then it is in the top link of the bio. But if you want something more serious and you want one-to-one coaching that is constantly adapting, constantly tailored around your structured routine, then all you need to do is leave a comment or send me a DM on my other social media platforms. And this is something we can sort out. I've been working with a couple clients now and they've seen tremendous progress. So if you want to join them and have a transparent coach, because that's what I am. First and foremost, I want to be transparent. If I make a mistake and I put something in your program that isn't beneficial to you, or something in the meal program that isn't healthy and isn't tailored towards your body, then that's my mistake. And I'll be transparent with that, because a lot of people and coaches will say, this is the method, I'm 100% right. No, the most important thing is having someone who will then grow with you, who will keep you accountable, will keep you disciplined. And that is what I offer in my one-to-one coaching. And yeah, I don't need to sell too much, because you either need it or you don't. You either want to take the step or you don't. If there's something holding you back, then that's on you. You have to have a look at yourself and think, what is it that I'm missing? What is it that he doesn't have that I need him to have? Because if you think there's a perfect somebody for you out there that is going to take you to the next level and take you on to where you want to get to, then maybe waiting a while. And the longer you wait, the longer you wait, the more unhealthy you become, the more bad habits that you cement into your routine. And the proof's in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. I've been there, I've done it. So if you want to join me on my journey with my other clients and everyone in my community, then shoot me a message. And you don't need to be confused anymore, because I will give you the information that you need. So you could see this video as a big contradiction, yes, but I'm trying to enlighten people to just take a step away when they're looking at the social media content, to have a longer analysis of what they're actually watching, because it will be damaging your brain if you're consuming the yin and the yang, both. It will keep you in this loop. And that is the video for today. I'm absolutely yapping away now. I'm trying to keep these videos informal. This one's a little bit more formal. I've sat the camera down and bloody doing whatever this is. But hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the content, and yeah, we're going to keep bringing it out. So join the journey, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bash!